Yeah, I know that was kind of brutal, but I enjoyed that a lot. Honestly, I didn't expect to come back to this channel so quickly, but it did not disappoint me in the slightest. This time we're going into Sonic.exe, or maybe rather the game that doesn't want to be played by Kris Archives. I'm actually quite intrigued by this proposal and we're going to get into it, but I will say I've come to find out it's very aligned with my predictions. So make sure to check out the original creator Kris Archives and make sure to watch the original video as well, as it was really unsettling. It actually felt really nice to see Sonic.exe analog horror put into this light. But our story starts off with our main protagonist Charlotte, and she's kind of just on the phone with her friend Lizzie until she gets a random knock on her door. She just gets this random package without any labels on it. Now she kind of hesitates to bring it in, but I mean, I'd hesitate too because he didn't order anything, you know. But she kind of thought it was just a mistake and decided to leave it out there for a few more hours, but she eventually gave in and brought the package inside to look through it. Now our other character on the phone is named Lizzie. We're not really going to see her at all this entire time, but we're going to see that she actually plays a bigger role than maybe even Charlotte herself. At least that's what I think.
Hello? Hey Lizzie, it's me again, Charlotte. It's been a few hours now, and no one's come back for the box.
Wow, that's weird. Why don't you open it and see what's inside?
Are you sure? What if they come back for it?
Don't worry. You can just put everything back like it was. Don't be such a chicken.
All right. There's only a disc and a letter. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but this can't go on. I don't have time for this. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just want him to leave me alone. I want to be done with this game. I never wanted it to go this far. By the time someone reads this, I'll probably be dead. But please, don't play his game.
Lizzie is kind of the one who convinces her to just put everything back if someone does come back for it. So Charlotte is pretty curious and she just finds a disc and a note. Rightfully cautious, she reads the note before even doing anything with the disc. But she does see that as a Sonic game, and the note says that whoever wrote it is very sorry and that they're probably dead. But whoever finds the game or finds the disc should just burn it and do nothing else. But Lizzie, on the other hand, tells Charlotte to actually play the game, and yeah, I know, it's very common horror trope. Charlotte seems to listen to her the whole time, as a matter of fact. Lizzie's kind of like her emotional strength, or she's the one that gives her courage to do things. The thing is, you don't want to have the courage to do these types of things. This is precisely what gets her into a worse situation later.
Oh, a Sonic game? Play it!
Are you insane? The letter literally says not to play it.
Don't be dumb, Charlotte. It's probably a joke or something. I mean, it's not like Sonic's gonna crawl out of your PC and eat you, right?
It's like a normal Whoa!
What happened?
On the menu screen, when Sonic moves his finger, there was a 666 in the bottom right corner. Then the screen went dark and Sonic had red eyes.
They're too curious for what this game is all about, especially because it says Sonic. And this kind of already shows that they know what Sonic is. They're not blind to what this video game is, so they're probably aware of the franchise. And they're also probably aware of bootleggers, as Lizzie talks about. But this also shows that they kind of have an idea that this could be some kind of modded game or something that isn't normal. And I think that's what piques their curiosity the most.
It's weird.
Oh, so it's like a Sonic horror game? Damn, bootleggers are really stepping up their game. I kinda wanna play it too.
Oh my god.
What?
There are dead animals.
Ugh, gross. What kind of psychopath would do that?
More dead animals.
Yeah, I'm kinda losing my interest in playing this too.
There's a ton of them. And there aren't even platforms. It's just a flat path.
Wow, that's lazy.
Yeah, but it's really unsettling. Oh god. Sonic!
Is he there?
Yeah, but his eyes are closed. What the hell? Tails keeps trying to move away. Every time I stop pressing right, he runs in the opposite direction, away from Sonic. Okay.
What happened?
Sonic opened his eyes and they were black.
Charlotte?
There's text on the screen. It's asking if I want to play with him.
Unexpectedly, Charlotte stays on the phone the entire time, and it shows that she's a bit uneasy about playing it without any company. This is sort of reasonable, and especially because she narrates literally everything, especially Sonic having red eyes and all the dead animals being everywhere, with Tails being terrified, not wanting to go near Sonic at all, with inverted controls. They make comments about the game being lazy, psychotic, creepy, but we expect this from the so-called god in the form of a blue hedgehog. What did catch my attention is, again, the gray shoes, and then I knew for a fact we're likely dealing with 2011X specific, which I assume is the main slash popular Sonic.exe among all the variants. After Charlotte completes the first part of level 1 with Tails, they're on the Flaming Angel Island, which is the usual. The thing is, Tails' name changes to Alan, and this automatically piqued my interest. I don't know everything about this either, but the name Alan isn't actually new to me. I've actually heard of this name Alan being correlated with Tails in 2011X. I've heard of 2011X killing or toying with someone named Alan, but I'd only see Tails, and I was very confused for a while. But my immediate assumption is that this isn't the real Tails, but somebody inside of his body or playing his character. Tails also seems to be more reactive and actually aware, and seems to be somewhat capable of moving, but Charlotte ultimately has the authority.
I don't know. I feel really weird playing this.
Oh, come on, Charlie. It's just some cheap Sonic horror fan game. Don't overthink it.
Hide and seek. Tails is waving at me. I don't know if he wants me to stop or run. Oh God. Time over? I'm in like a cemetery or something. What? Oh shit! What's happening, Charlie? I don't know! Oh God, Sonic is chasing me! He's gonna catch me! No, no, no! He broke Tails' leg! He snapped his neck! What?
Jesus Christ.
But we see Tails is trying to signal something to Charlotte, and yet she nor I can figure out what he's trying to say. The most likely thing is for her to stop playing the game immediately. If he truly is aware and maybe even capable of feeling pain and being tormented, then Charlotte might be an involuntary accomplice with 2011X. Now, I'm kind of joking, you know, I don't really mean that literally, but seriously look, she's getting Tails killed by not bringing the disc. And she can't be blamed completely since she and Lizzie think it's just a game. This mindset doesn't end up going too far though. Tails can only try to run and he actually speeds up, but the time over, it's just too late for him. But eventually 2011X catches up to him and breaks his leg, which I find pretty brutal. And it kind of sticks out to me since, well, he treats all of the victims he kills differently. He seems to actually savor this moment a little bit. He lets him cry and suffer before appearing before him to snap his neck with literal ease. Charlotte is rightfully terrified of what just happened to Tails, but it still doesn't stop her from continuing on. I deliberately took notes for every time 2011X demonstrated any sort of power or authority over the characters in the game, as it's kind of necessary to see how far his power actually goes, especially since we've seen the Tails doll commit some pretty wild stuff before on this channel. So my questions were, what does he want from this? Why does he enjoy doing this? Perhaps those are vague questions and obvious to answer, since he probably does this for his own personal pleasure, but I'm sure that there's more to his character than an evil, maniacal, red-eyed Sonic. I'm pretty sure he has some kind of motive, but it's quite difficult to figure out what that really is. Although, perhaps sometimes it's better to think that maybe he doesn't have much of a reason. Now, you may come to find out later on that I'll use the Tails doll sometimes as a comparison. It's not just because they're from the same channel, but I actually found that using the Tails doll as a comparison kind of works. Regardless though, we have to continue round 1, part 2, I guess, with Knuckles. Charlotte witnesses a very ragged, dead, and ugly, honestly in my opinion, looking Tails before being put into level 2 with Knuckles being up next. Without 2011X is speaking through the game as well, keep in mind she doesn't know that it's talking to her because she just thinks it's all part of the game. It's clear that 2011X wants her to keep on trying, and obviously because this is what gets him to come out. At least that's what we'd all assume. But it's kind of making it seem like she has a chance. But later on in this part, we can see even more clearly how powerless these characters are in 2011X's domain, which to no surprise. She hasn't realized yet that she's playing an unwinnable game, like an uphill battle with a slope that's almost completely vertical. And the EXE cuts straight to the chase, which kind of surprised me as he kind of let Alan suffer at first, but this one is different.
More text on the screen. It says I'm too slow and asks if I want to try again. I don't know if I want to keep playing this.
Oh, come on, Charlie. It's just a game.
I just want to finish this. I'm picking Knuckles.
Charlie, I'm right here, silly.
Okay, you're right. It's just a game. Oh, there he is, right in front of me. The screen says, "Found you." Okay. Oh, I can hit him.
Beat the out of that.
He's mocking me.
Can't you hit him?
Nope. He keeps teleporting. Oh, by the way, Knuckles' name just changed to Dave.
I don't get the name thing. Maybe it's a
He kicked Knuckles! Oh, I think he killed him too.
Is he just gonna kill everyone or what?
Oh god, poor Knuckles.
After running for some time, a fight begins. It seems like you can fight back as Knuckles, but in reality, you really just can't hit him. Being beaten, Knuckles, or otherwise Dave as he's named, seems to get mutilated, guts torn out and all, but that's just what it sounds like to me. It just doesn't sound pretty at all. But I'd also like to say that this is the second character that is given a personal name, and if what my thoughts are about there being people inside this game, if that is correct, then it's kind of like, why does he choose to kill Alan a certain way and then Dave another way? Does he have a personal vendetta against them? I don't know. Like, the way he's just like looms over them, you just don't kill that. That's not how you normally get rid of your enemies, or your victims rather. But then again, he's a bloodthirsty blue hedgehog, so whatever. But not to mention, he does taunt him as well, giving him a chance to fight back. And again, I wonder why. I mean, it's probably just a part of his character, but he wouldn't do that with any of the other ones. I don't know, I just feel like it kind of shapes his personality a little bit, if there is one. But yeah, this round was quite short, and round 3 will be even less eventful. The way 2011X treats the characters differently has always been a key detail to me watching this. Nonetheless, a dead Knuckles is all that's left for Charlotte to witness, just like with Alan, as if she's meant to feel the level of her failure to protect the characters. She still is convinced that it's just a game though, and Lizzie is still encouraging this mindset to be brave and that it's just a game. And honestly, I just thought it was Lizzie being stupid and trying to get her friend killed, but it might be more than that. But we're gonna continue round 1 with the final level as Dr. Robotnik. Now by this point, Charlotte and Lizzie are both bored of the long hallways and the, well, non-changing gameplay style. But she's still creeped out and just wants to finish the game, so I think she's kind of losing interest, but she just wants to see what happens because she's kind of in too deep at this point.
I guess I can't turn back now. Eggman's name is Paul now. Oh! He's opening his mouth! I think he just ate Eggman.
Well, I guess he won't need to eat for a while, huh?
Lizzie? Are you there? Stupid phone.
I also found it hilarious that Robotnik was just too fat to even go back up. After a couple minutes and some video glitches, 2011X actually shows up and just, okay, he just eats Robotnik, so that's just ironic because Robotnik's fat and he's it just, I don't get it. I don't get it. He breaks Alan's leg and snaps his neck. He just mutilates Knuckles, and for Robotnik he just eats him. It's just crazy. I wonder why he kills all three so differently. It's very odd. It feels deliberate. Surely 2011X isn't someone who'd know these characters inside the game, right? I mean, I don't know. It's up for grabs. After that though, all three are dead and Charlotte is ready to just call it quits. But it's kind of too late for that, as 2011X wants to go another round. Suddenly we see what I believe to be the real faces of the victims who hold the names Alan, Dave, and Paul. The faces distort to add to Charlotte's fear, but this is only just the beginning. Now, this part made me, this had me on the edge of my seat. This is definitely where Charlotte actually finally realizes that this isn't just a game. So much so that she has to get up and run to the corner of her room. And 2011X asks her that she still believes that it's all just a game, with the connection to Lizzie broken. Oh yeah, the line basically disconnected, so she has no one to speak with, which I find the timing to be very coincidental, very, very perfect, too perfect.
What the? It's only a game, Charlotte. Relax. What? What the hell? This can't be happening.
Charlotte has no one to talk to or ask for help, and 2011X just stares at her from the computer screen, making the signature "I am God" phrase. And that just, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it just gets old, honestly. I feel like only Sonic.exe can hold that catchphrase, but he just does something completely crazy. Yeah, so he literally escapes from her computer, and I don't even know why he's sticking his tongue out like that. Now, Charlotte was smart enough to get away and actually start running, which I felt like she would actually do. I felt like she was nimble enough to actually try to get away. Now, she knows for sure that this isn't just a game because she just watched him escape the computer. But like I said before, it's simply too late. And this is round 2. This time Charlotte is the one being hunted. She goes out and looks for fellow neighbors to help, but nobody answers. And I find that odd. I mean, yeah, maybe someone would be asleep, but with all the screaming going on and everything, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense that nobody came looking for her. But Charlotte knows her time is limited and doesn't have time to knock on every single house. She decides to just hide in the woods. Hopefully that means 2011X won't be able to find her. It's like he gave her a head start. However, it just doesn't matter as he quickly follows right behind her in chase. Now, I don't really know for sure if he's genuinely messing with her or giving her a chance or if he can't actually find her, but Charlotte just hides behind a tree and, well, I mean, where else is she supposed to hide, I guess, so it makes sense. But she's just praying that he'll go away, but he knows that she's there. Maybe he can smell her or something. But any little hope of survival quickly vanishes as she tries to sneak away, but makes a sound by stepping on a twig.
Charlie, this is just a game, remember? I found you! Too slow, Charlotte. Want to try again?
The way Charlotte goes out is quite sad. I'd say brutal. And sure, she literally gets pulled into the screen, and honestly, I've never seen anything like this at all. I think this is probably the best that I've ever seen on this channel so far. But I literally can't even tell if that's what kills her, like her being pushed through the screen, or if she's somehow kept alive in some weird way, like some kind of Walton Files type thing. Either way, that's the end of her for sure. I gotta say, the way it played is to be expected with her playing the game and then her paying the price for it, but I didn't expect it to go down that kind of crazy. But I do have some things to consider questioning, and I wrote down a lot of questions. I don't even want to just go through them all. But for example, what is the purpose of Lizzie's presence? Why was Charlotte chosen? Was she targeted? Was it random? What is 2011X's goal? How much does he know? What does he want from this? Why does he go after people? Stuff like that. And assuming this is 2011X, we do know that he idolizes Sonic the Hedgehog in a very demented way, and he takes on his form as well, so he's more or less a demon, not just some evil Sonic. Similar to the Tails doll, he's able to enter in and out of a 3D world from a digital one. The Tails doll inhabited a console, but it's possible to last some amount of time after completing the game, but 2011X just didn't go away, it seems. Which also makes me ask, why was the disc delivered? Why did 2011X allow it to be delivered? Well, I guess to just transport it to some other victim, I guess. And that would imply that he wants people to play the game, right? I mean, we can only assume that. But it's almost like playing the game is some kind of punishment. And we could look at it from some kind of twisted view that he's punishing people who play the game because he secretly doesn't want people to play the game. Like it's some kind of reverse psychology thing or whatever, like don't play the game and burn the disc, and he punishes those who play it and put the people inside the game through more torture, and so he adds them to the collection. And honestly, what I just said was not added to my notes at all. It was not added to my thoughts. This literally just came out just now. And now that I think about it, that actually kind of makes sense. So the more that it's actually selling in my head, that kind of makes sense. Especially with Kris Archives saying, what if the game didn't want to be played? But you know what? I'm gonna hang that on the shelf for right now, and then I'm just gonna continue. I'm just gonna continue. Okay, so after some research, I guess, or like thinking, I guess 2011X, like I think I called him a variant before, but I guess he's genuinely treated as the main Sonic.exe. So that's what I'm going with from now on. So with what we know, 2011X is likely to not just target anybody, but Sonic enthusiasts, or at least people who know about the game Sonic the Hedgehog. It's never stated that Charlotte or Lizzie are Sonic fans or hardcore enthusiasts, but they definitely know about the franchise and bootleggers, so they know a thing or two about games. We can't assume the identity of whoever it is that delivered the disc, and it could be totally a random person. However, chances are it's someone that Charlotte or Lizzie would actually know. It doesn't seem like 2011X himself can deliver the disc, or maybe he could, or it's either or, I guess. The person obviously had the wish of the disc being destroyed, so that's what makes me think he didn't deliver the disc, especially with that note attached. And for some reason, they couldn't just do it themselves. That's a bit suspicious too, and who would have the prep time to even do all of that while being chased by a maniacal demonic hedgehog? Another thing I find strange is how dismissive everyone is to Charlotte's distress. I mean, I think you would hear someone screaming multiple times in the woods and in their house in the local neighborhood, especially Lizzie. And yes, she does seem normal in the character to be spark of events in the story. Charlotte is too timid herself, and you know, Lizzie's like, come on, just do it. But despite that, Lizzie, along with the neighbors who should have at least heard screams coming from Charlotte, or well, assuming Lizzie's in the local neighborhood, who knows? Regardless, they did nothing. Nobody came looking for her, at least for now. With that in mind, I might think that whoever last played the game before her possibly lived in her local neighborhood, and my most far-fetched thought is that someone may have an idea of the truth about this game. Or maybe multiple people. But all of those ideas are quite loose, honestly. But here's one thing I've come to think about, and I could be wrong about this. If there is ever some sort of part 2 and Lizzie does turn out to be just a real regular person, then I guess I'll hold back on this thought. However, after watching the Tales Doll analog horror by Kris Archives, I know this creator has a knack for mimicry and deceit and just, you know, making the characters go through some messed up things. Now, there's no official reveal for this, so consider this all to be theory, but I always found it weird that Lizzie had no reveal. We didn't see her once. She just stayed on the phone line, talking to Charlotte and just guiding her through the game. I always found it weird that she encouraged Charlotte to play. Not just that, but her tone. The way she says to keep playing that it's only just a game. It can't be on purpose. She doesn't say it like a teasing friend. She doesn't say it playfully. She says it very seriously. This has to be deliberate. She's the only one who told her to play the game. She told her to keep going. And right when it's too late, her line is cut somehow. Right when it's so convenient for her to just not be able to be spoken to anymore. It's very possible Lizzie truly was on the phone, or even maybe for a time, but I'm half convinced that 2011X tricked Charlotte by pretending to be her friend on the phone the entire time. He clearly has full control / manipulation over the electronics in her house. And since he theoretically entered her home via the disc that he inhabits, it wouldn't shock me to figure out he can actually mess with the things in her house before revealing himself fully. Now you might be wondering, but Charlotte was on the phone with Lizzie before the box even arrived. And yes, I'm aware of that, which is why I don't think it was the entire time. But I do think at some point, I just do think at some point, it stopped being the real Lizzie. Now, I'm not 100% knowledgeable about the Sonic.exe lore, but I'm pretty sure he's capable of straight up haunting people for as long as he wants. It's possible he may not even try to kill everyone immediately for his purposes, as he definitely needs someone to send the disc to somebody else, in which he could have chosen Charlotte's house, or what's worse, if the person wasn't just a stranger, it could have been someone Charlotte genuinely knew. But who would that even be? And this is a massive what if, but if we go down this route, my only guess is Lizzie herself. We probably can't assume all of this is 2011X's victims being pulled inside the game after all. Probably has a way of doing things, but imagine this. If this video is linked to the Tails doll one in any kind of way, then we know that by killing somebody, 2011X, similar to the Tails doll, can mimic the voice of somebody he's killed. This may not be a solidified rule, but if it is, and he did mimic Lizzie's voice, then by default, she's probably dead. And she could only be dead by his hands if she played his game out of pure curiosity, like we see from her character throughout the video. Now, obviously, the only slight plot hole with this is the fact that, yes, she was on the phone with Charlotte beforehand, but that doesn't negate the fact he could have been faking it even before the disc arrived. Again, we don't know the extent of his powers, but just for the sake of being realistic, I would probably say if he did mimic her voice, maybe she doesn't have to die after all. So you either say she dies or she doesn't. Since I'm going down this self-made rabbit hole, I can't help but also imagine how both 2011X and the Tails doll use the method of mimicry to draw out their victims to just make them do what they want, and they do it very strategically. But again, it's not explicitly said that 2011X does this, but it's just my headcanon for it. It's almost demanding how badly Lizzie wants Charlotte to play the game when she's not even physically there and to see what's going on. And another thing, when 2011X asked Charlotte about it just being a game, like saying it's just a game, remember? Initially I thought he was taunting her for what she and Lizzie were saying, and maybe he was, but honestly it would kind of make more sense if he was the one saying that to her in the first place. Also, if she would continue playing the game. Lizzie's comments were also very vague, giving simple comments and narration along with Charlotte's commentary, like, oh, boring, or what a psycho, but it was really nothing in depth, not really asking questions. At least not deep questions, because she kind of has a large presence and yet she's so transparent. She's really just in the background, but her presence feels bigger than what it seems. It's like her whole purpose is to serve as Charlotte's guide to just have the guts to finish playing the game. And if it's true that somehow she really is dead and 2011X is mimicking her, then it makes sense that she's the one who wrote the letter, trusting in Charlotte to burn it. She knows Charlotte is smarter, cautious, and would consider burning it or getting rid of it, but Charlotte listened to the voice on the phone. So here we have probably 2 or 2.5 likely outcomes for this. I just genuinely find it strange with the absence of other people. I don't know, it's like everything is vacant. It feels vacant, at least. And obviously she's not going to receive help. I didn't really expect her to, but I just feel like it's made I feel like that's made clear on purpose. All I'm saying is that it's possible 2011X caught a couple of bodies in this town before Charlotte. That's all I'm saying. So I'll ask you for what you think happened, or if it's neither, and Lizzie would go looking for her friend, though she'll never find her no matter which path you choose anyway. I kind of love being able to find these little plots where I can just find something that isn't initially shown, and I can't imagine this analog horror the exact same as when I watched it the first time, but yeah, there you go. It was honestly very fun. And one more thing, be wary of who you listen to, never give in to peer pressure, and trust your instincts. It gets you pretty far. I don't know why I'm giving life lessons. Okay, anyway, it was fun. I'll see you on the next corner of the internet. Good night.